Hello YouTube, Kaitlyn here, and do you know what the problem with tradition is?
It's stupid.
We all know what tradition is. Thanksgiving turkeys at grandma's house, a toast to the bride and groom, red and green wrapped gifts under a dead pine tree, eating chocolate versions of chicken embryos and baby rabbits. But do you ever think about the implications of these repeated thoughtless actions? Does it really make sense that once a year, almost everyone in your town decks themselves out in your local school's hideous colors and goes to the football game to scream themselves hoarse over a team they don't even know the quarterback for, much less the stats? No, not at all. Having attended William & Mary for the past 4 years, I have had a healthy dose of tradition. Go Tribe! Woohoo! One such tradition that you will always hear about upon touring campus is the triathlon. What? What was that? That's the triathlon sound. It makes it sound menacing. It doesn't have a sound, and it's not exactly menacing either. Shh! Don't spoil it. Tell them about its treacherous activities. Okay. It involves 3 things that you're supposed to do before you graduate, most of which are performed while drunk. Number 1, you must jump the governor's mansion wall, which, though sounding the easiest, is in fact the most illegal leg of the triathlon, as it's part of the privately owned Colonial Williamsburg. Number 2, you must streak the Sunken Gardens, which is an expansive lawn the size of a football field, positioned between 2 rows of academic buildings in the most highly frequented part of campus. And number 3, you must swim across the Creme d'El, which if you've never been to campus is like deciding to swim through a sewer filled with snakes, radioactive snapping turtles, and various bits of domestic debris such as bicycles and TVs. Yeah. I'm not a very rebellious person. Psh, ha! So streaking isn't something that I do on a regular basis, but I decided as a freshman that I really wanted to do the triathlon to prove that I was a real WMer. I would even tell my non-WM friends about it on occasion just to see their shocked reactions. Kaitlyn streaking? Breaking laws? What? My best friend and I made a pact that we would do it together. But we kept putting it off because of time constraints or weather or a lack of alcohol consumption. Then, in the final weeks of senior year, he did it without me. Now, I could elaborate on how betrayed I was or heartbroken that made me feel, mostly because I realized we weren't best friends anymore. But that's not the point. What I realized in the moment is that tradition isn't about the action, but about the people. We do the same ridiculous things like streaking a college lawn or dressing up like Santa for Christmas for the people around us who expect and take comfort in these predictable actions. It's like global peer pressure sometimes. So I had a dilemma. You think? Do the triathlon alone or spontaneously find someone that I hadn't been planning on it for 4 years with? Neither particularly sounds great. So I didn't do it. What? After all that hype? And all the people that you told, and the shame of not completing it, you just tell the entire internet? Yep. I decided that I hated tradition all throughout my college years, so why should I yield to something that would clearly make me feel alone and miserable? And later, talking to one of my other best friends, I found out that she hadn't done it either. So, we made our own tradition of breaking tradition. What are you doing? I'm going to complete the triathlons and you failed to do so. Some people just have to fit in. Here, internet, here is my bare heart, bleeding in my hand.